The flight deck of the aircraft carrier was never truly quiet. Even at rest, it hummed, steel breathing beneath layers of machinery, engines whispering promises of violence and speed. The ocean stretched endlessly around it, calm on the surface, merciless below. For most people, standing on that deck felt overwhelming. For Lieutenant Ava Callahan, it felt like home. She stood near the edge of the launch area, helmet tucked beneath her arm, the dark visor reflecting fighter jets, deck crew, and the blue sky overhead. Wind tugged at her flight suit and teased loose strands of hair from her tight braids. Her posture was relaxed but precise, the stillness of someone who knew exactly where she belonged. Around her, sailors moved with rehearsed urgency. Signals flashed, chains clanked, engines growled. No one paid her much attention, and that, she had learned, was usually the beginning of everything. Ava's eyes scanned the deck, absorbing details without effort. A junior officer misread a signal and corrected himself too late. A fuel crew worked a second slower than regulation. Small mistakes, human ones, she catalogued them instinctively, the way pilots did, because little things turned into big problems at 30,000 feet. Behind her, voices drifted. Is she flying today? Looks like it. A pause, then a short laugh. Didn't expect that. Ava didn't turn around. She didn't need to. The tone was familiar, skepticism wrapped in casual confidence. She had heard it at training bases, at briefings, on decks just like this one. Different faces, same assumptions. She adjusted her grip on the helmet and exhaled slowly. When she moved toward her aircraft, the jets seemed to wait for her. Sleek, angular, powerful, the kind of machine that demanded respect and punished arrogance. Ava climbed the ladder with practiced ease, boots ringing softly against metal. She paused at the cockpit rim, letting her gaze linger on the horizon where the ocean met the sky. That was when the comments grew bolder. Careful with that thing, someone called. It's not exactly forgiving. Another voice followed. Hope she remembers which ends up. Muted laughter spread, slipping beneath the roar of engines like a stain. Ava lowered herself into the seat and began her brief, light checks. Switches flipped, systems hummed to life. The jet responded instantly, smoothly. She felt it through the frame, through the seat, through her bones. Everything was perfect. She lowered the canopy halfway, cutting the world in two. The mocking faces disappeared behind curved glass. Outside, a yellow-shirted director approached, giving hand signals for checks. Ava mirrored them precisely. The director hesitated, repeated a signal, then frowned when she responded flawlessly again. He nodded and moved on, no longer amused. As her jet was guided toward the catapult, Ava caught a glimpse of the group that had been laughing earlier. They stood off to the side now, arms crossed, watching, still confident, still certain. She centered her breathing. An old instructor's voice echoed in her mind. You don't earn respect by asking for it. You earn it by surviving. The launch bar locked into place. The aircraft vibrated beneath her, restrained power pressing forward like a coiled animal. Ava ran through the final checklist, calm and methodical. Her comms crackled. Raven 2-1, confirm ready. Raven 2-1, ready. She replied. There was a fractional pause on the other end. Copy. The shooter crouched in front of her jet, eyes searching her face through the canopy. He raised one arm. Ava met his gaze without blinking. No nerves, no doubt. She raised her hand and gave the salute. The catapult fired. In less than 2 seconds, the world became acceleration and force. Ava was slammed back into her seat as the jet screamed down the deck and burst into open air. The carrier vanished beneath her. The ocean dropped away. She climbed hard, clean, flawless. Inside the cockpit, everything was calm again. Instruments glowed green. Her breathing was steady. She banked smoothly, checking her wings, feeling the jet respond like an extension of her own will. Below, the flight deck had gone silent. The pilot who had laughed earlier stared upward, arms slowly falling to his sides. That launch hadn't just been good, it had been textbook, better than textbook, no wasted motion, no hesitation, that was clean. Someone muttered, no one disagreed. A deck officer glanced down at his tablet, scanning the name tied to Raven 2, one's call sign. His expression changed, subtle but unmistakable. His posture straightened. Who is she? A sailor asked. The officer closed the tablet. Someone you shouldn't have underestimated. High above the carrier, Ava leveled off and entered her holding pattern. Sunlight spilled across the canopy, turning the ocean into liquid gold. Her radio crackled again, the voice sharper now, more respectful. Raven 2-1, proceed as briefed. Roger, she replied. She allowed herself a single glance back at the shrinking carrier. Somewhere down there, opinions were changing, assumptions were cracking, but Ava didn't dwell on it. The sky didn't care who doubted you. It only cared whether you could fly, and Ava Callahan had nothing left to prove.